Hey guys, what's up? This is Sullivan Adams Gamer, and my latest live reaction to My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 20. Listen up, a tale story of the past. Basically, this episode is going to be where All Might tells Mizuku everything, so he's going to come clean. Even in the beginning, I even want to know what All Might was like a little bit more. Uh, anyway, uh, the last episode, it was kind of my favorite. I think it's one of my favorite because we get to see one of the fan favorite characters, Sue Asui, also known as Froppy, the rainy season hero. Working basically, she's a Marine or Navy SEAL, just cracking down on being in the water, which is basically her best element. Working with Cyrus and that SEAL guy, that Captain SEAL. He's pretty cool. He's pretty a good, pretty cool. The fact that he's part SEAL. I like the fact that he acts funny and he tried to be cute. Everybody is like creeped out, but Sue is just so chill. I think she's one of my favorite characters. Also get to see some scenes of some of the other characters. Mizuku, who being himself, trying to adjust. Todoroki went back to work. Ida, he won't know. We saw in the previous episode before that. He went to live with his mom because he got permanent damage in his body now. And that battle with the hero killer, was a pretty damaging one. But I also noticed something big and dark happening underground. A major, major move is being made. Lots of players are making their moves, which is a big deal. For me, in my perspective of the show, I think I overall liked it. Because that means that something new is on the rise, another new enemy, and the return of the enemy that defeated All Might, or gave him the scar called All for One, something like that. He's also the same guy who killed the man who hold one for one for all before from All Might. Well, I gotta admit, these episodes are getting really, really good, especially with season three. When I'm getting closer to season three, doing these reactions, I really loved all this series. This series is just so flamboyant for me. My only regret is I didn't watch it sooner. I really started to like the dynamic of the story, especially the openings. Like I said, am I really my favorite? I really like how chill I am with some of this stuff. Uh, Especially the story with some of the characters with Izuku, who being All Might's protege and him, and seeing what could happen next in this story. I for one I hope we get a lot more. I for one am really really loving this aspect of these characters, what they're doing next, how they're gonna do it, how they're gonna proceed. And I for one am really liking this. Uh, like last episode, it was all up, most of the attention was around Sue, and she did a good job, being as a pro hero. Oh, and I hope that she gets to do more stuff like that, being a pro hero, trusting her captain. Even when her friend was being held captive and being held for ransom, she did not give in. She trusted her instincts. She trusted the captain, and it all worked out fine. That's one of my favorite moments. We didn't get to see a lot of the other her 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 their recruits, do their stuff. Only to get hit. Like for example, we get to see some of them. Like for example, Red Riot, and that's it. Red Riot and Tetsu Tetsu. They getting hit by fourth kind. The guy with the lower jaw made of gold and the fourth arms just whacking them on the head for not being patient or just for fooling around. There's also Bakugo dealing with Best Genius, one of the top five pro heroes, and him just freaking out at the kids acting all scary because he's still perceived as that one kid who got humiliated because he was held captive by the sludge monster and he was had to be rescued by some pros. I know that's humiliating and stuff, but Bakugo he takes it way too intensely, to the point where you feel like he says die, die, die. That's probably one of the fun parts about the character because he's so overly excitable. That's when it's all hyper. Anyway, let's get started on the episode because I want to see what happens next. This is just killing me. What happens next? I want to see what's happening. So, let's go. Episode 20. Hey, listen up, and here we go. Right. Yeah, sure. Thank you for taking care of me. Gran Torito. And thank you for my invitation. This at the evening. Yeah, he smacked him in the leg. That, that was a success. Well, single shot I went. Ended up missing, I should say. That's, that's really you. Nah. Had to be alert and calm. Right? You still have a lot to learn. He's true. That's something you got to learn. Find a good time for it. I went to eat takoyaki. Yeah, what is his name? It's almost unknown. Is there a reason for that? Yeah. I was never interested in working as a hero. I had one goal to require my quirk freely. Or I was the only reason I got my license. You must hear it from all. So the only reason, oh, so that was the reason. So that's the only reason why you got to get his hero license. Was one of the greatest hero. You're complete. He should just like you, Toshinori. The man chose George Friend, chose to inherit one for. Yeah, that's not it. He's asking him his name, Deku. His hero name. Okay, okay, I get that. All right. We'll be celebrating as a symbol of peace, Deku. So, Gran Torino, oh, the reason why he got his hero license was because he wasn't interested in being a hero, so he could use his quirk freely. But he was also friends with the hero who was one for all before All Might. So I guess he probably did that for those two reasons. But he also did, but I bet he mostly did it to help All Might because his friend chose All Might for a reason. And so, for me, in my opinion, that's probably one of the best reasons he could do. Because remember, the Green Gran Torino, there is no known record of him. I think, at least I think there is. He's probably, and he started before All Might, so he's probably very, very old. Given the circumstances of his body type and age and looks, he's probably was a pro hero decades ago. Probably when All Might was very young, upon he's a Midoriya when he first started. But that must have been a long, long time ago, way back when heroes and quirks first got started. At least that's my best guess. It's true that it must have happened, and at least or it could have been around the same time where people first started to develop their quirks, or at least a couple years after, which would have happened probably decades ago. And that's at least that's in my opinion. At least that's the theory I have in my head right now. Okay, let's go back to the action. Let's see. Listen up. A tale from the past. All those guys, seriously, start. I'll kill you. Coming soon. I'm so jealous. Well, your phone, Jack. Yeah, it's true. Sue was pretty MVP. Oh, she's dead. Awakened. Um, Mount Lady broke him, I bet you. Yeah, okay. Oh, no, seriously, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, that's true. The dog man, yeah, that dude. The chief of police, he sa- he saved us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The video, yeah, that's true. He's a serial killer. And he's even making these young heroes feel awkward. People could think he's cool. Yes, but he was perjuring as a result for his benefit. That is definitely wrong. I know to keep us from torturing like him. Yeah, I wasn't proud to become a hero. Yeah, you will become a hero. Yeah, they're back to being honest. I think his left arm is still broken. His left arm is still broken, huh? All messed up. Eh, basic training, internship, basic training. You remember what I said? Field gamma, and this, you know, you bring it. Okay, that's okay. Don't point at me. Now that's funny. Basically, it's a race across these pipes. I saw the preview. Yeah, they're all betting on who. They're all betting on who will be last, though. Tentacles. Okay. Yeah, it is. Oh, Midoriya. All right, he's using one for all four colors. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. He's copying like my moves. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Midoriya is definitely getting all the attention now. This is like the perfect chance to show off his quirk. All right, he won. Yeah, it's true. But you were close though, man. You probably second or something. Final exam. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. He's gonna tell him everything. Midoriya did a good job though. Remember, and this is just right after his. This is just right after what you call after the hero killer recovery. Swear, man, step behind me. It's true. It's a little scary. Come here. Oh my God, he is he's just super perverted uh, and poked in the eye. Oh man, my eye. He kind of had it coming for being a huge perv. That was funny. Yeah, yeah. He's talking about Heracles' blood. What I said when I gave you my phone. No, he had all my face. That's it. Oh man, it's just blood, but there's oh, so you can't steal a credit unless you ask for it. It cannot be transferred. What the oh? It's a special quirk. How it comes with you. Transform a certain quirk that existed in the past. A quirk that existed in the past. Awful one. Could steal quirks from quirks. Oh, all every superpowers first came out. Before we allowed to deal with the change. With the appearance of Chris, someone unknown come all the way, while the rest is stopped. It was literal decay. Yeah, we talking holiday by now. But instead, that's what during the chaotic period, who was the first for all the people. Sure, you heard of. He stole courts from. He stole courts from because he spread influence. He moved people in that committed acts of evil when in this art. Leader and ruled over Japan. About he had rulers online. It's not in the textbook. They kept playing. They kept the still got power. It took place to use them on phone. That's it. Awful to another. The other is trust me. Surrender, begin and corpse. He left and, and became this dog. Oh my God! He left them in a vegetative state like that. No more. So, so of course they changed once passed up out. He had quirks. He was the younger brother. This was smaller, skinnier, and sense of justice. Oh, and he pains and just kept resenting it. He forced a court that could drop power to his younger brother. At that point, so to know quickness, sum- submission. Don't tell me. He was the quirkless. Something another. He was someone around to notice. He had a he had a youth that could pass on to another. The quirk just passed on quirks. This the origin of one for all for one. It's ironic. It it comes to evil. Unbelievable. But but what? Why are you? He's still quirks. Anything goes. I could throw something like that. The similar you was pretty much immortal. Hundred this time. He, the defeated decided to entrust his quest to the future. To believe that he can win and period followed. That one day he would up his older brother. It was my job. I was finally able to defeat him. He survived. Ooh, became the brains behind the League of Villains. Off is the power inherited to defeat for one, so to speak. Might one day have this great evil. This is hard. This, he'll do whatever you ask. Oh my God. After hearing this origin, um, so he's willing to fight this great evil. No matter, tell me. You must tell him. Tell him. Uh, he's the one that hurt you and killed your master. Thank you. You didn't tell him that? That's not. Probably that, probably by that time. Oh my God. We'll be by his side anymore? Oh, tell him everything for the love of God. Uh, oh my God. That was a twisted surprise. So I was just surprised anyway. So basically, he all one for all was created from all for one, because one villain who had the ability to steal quirks from other people started accumulating power from other people. He started stealing power and leaving them basically as vegetables, and he craved more to the point where he almost ruled all of Japan. However, his younger brother resented him, and while he was the evil man, his younger brother was a strong-willed man who believed in justice and began to really arrest him. And so his brother tried to put his powers on him and gave him and had no quirk at all and tried to submit to him. But it backfired, and the Fed, instead of making him a slave to all for one, he gave him one for all, and they gave him the ability to pass on power from one person to the other for over the years to All Might. They finally had it, and now it's Midoriya who has it now. So basically, this this power came from great darkness and evil, born from how many people who had their lives ruined and messed up, all because of this one individual who had a lust for power and destruction. Let's see what's happening next. Let's see. Okay. It's almost time for. Well, it's almost time. Hey, Izawa, you're back. Don't tell me. Trading camp in the woods. Fire. Offspring. Interesting. I'm getting. However, let's go ahead. So, but oh my god, girl, mind blowing. But our daily lives continue to live. He didn't tell him about himself. That's true. He's holding back. Why the hell are you holding back? I'm back, bro. I don't think he would get caught, but the girls is pretty much once to expect. That's all. He could have what's this? Uh, so this is yeah, yeah. Oh man, he has no upper face. That is creepy as hell. He has no upper face, and it's extra creepy. Okay. What's this? Actually, that's last chance. Students, get up for the final test. This was definitely one of the craziest episodes, and I can't believe they just revealed that. So, One for All came from All for One, and the people, and this guy was one of the people who created this quirk. So basically, a criminal created a quirk for heroes. That's got to be the most intense thing. He kept accumulating power over and over again, and he kept stealing them. But there's certain conditions and rules to them. Apparently like how apparently like these new rules like seeing like for example one for all cannot be transferred to a person unless they accept it. But however, all for one is the opposite. He stole power from other people. He made them trust him. He deceived them, and he can heal power. However, it seems that he also has the power to give other people abilities. He's in multiple quirks. Like for example, it was shown that he was the one who created the Nomus. So and just from his touch alone, and he kept accumulating dozens upon dozens of powers and different types and varieties. He's even probably one that could make him immortal, basically. That would explain why he survived like All Might. And we've seen All Might given at his full power in some ways. And he's like, for example, when he defeated the first Nobu back in season one. And back then, he was still weakening. He was probably at 100%. He would probably be even stronger. But then again, there's Midoriya. Midoriya has the quirk now. He's probably not as strong as, but according to that, this one for all has the ability to grow stronger with each host, sing on over and over and over again. And so that's something. That's something. While all for one is the opposite. He steals whatever he wants instead of accumulating. So it's the opposite of what. It's a bit. I can't believe that these two powers are like yin and yang, like light and dark. They're the opposite. And, uh, that is that is intense. But All Might left out the most crucial part. He left out the part about himself, his past, and even how his mentor got killed. That is something that should have told me Doriga, but he probably knew he would have. If he told me Doriga, he would have been shaken, and especially with his strong resolve to keep fighting along All Might and to tell All Might that he's going to keep working with him. I think that's probably one of the reasons why he didn't bother to tell him. But that's pretty messed up. If he doesn't tell him right now, this boy's gonna go head first into danger and is probably gonna get hurt very, very badly. Hey, I for one don't. I think that's something that should not have happened, and that shouldn't happen at all. Because that means Midoriya could probably get killed. I mean, he's the next holder of the power, and All Might said no that he might not survive any longer. That's probably because of the wound in his chest. His powers are getting weaker and weaker, and that power was 5 years ago. That means that that means that it means that over the 5 years, ever since his first fight, he's been growing weaker and weaker, and now he's so weak that he can only make his true form for like an hour now, or for an hour. That means his body cannot be healed or fixed that way. And that probably means all for one is probably most likely has the ability to neutralize his powers and damage him in a way that his powers can't heal itself. However, he not for that means that like this guy, while All Might is the symbol of peace, this guy is the symbol of evil. He's the literal version of the anti All Might. And then there's the talk about the hero killer staying. This was one of the best episodes. But I wish he just gave up more of his past. I wish he just talked about it, tell him the truth. But given the fact that the series, is pretty long and there are multiple episodes, and most likely, uh, since we got season 3 and season 4 is going to come out later in the year, later in the year, we're definitely gonna get some answers. I just wish he just told him. That's so messed up. But that's because he doesn't want to break Midoriya's confidence, but he strongly believes in him. He looks up to, like, he's his idol, but he doesn't want to break his spirit, especially knowing that this boy, and when it comes to all for one, he's probably going to be his next target anyway, which means that boy is going to face the worst enemy that All Might has ever faced, and he's never defeated. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me come first. Thank you. This is Sellavin Adams giving my latest live reaction to My Hero and season 2, episode 20. My God, this got me so hyped.